Yo, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing a review of the No Faith Studios boxing boots, or the combat boxing boot. I remember not when these came out, but when I first saw them, which was I think probably a little bit after they came out, and they were already gone. I was like, holy shit! Like these are like the craziest boots I've ever seen, and they were like dumb expensive. And then they were sold out. I couldn't even get them, so I remember looking around for a while, couldn't ever find them, and then maybe like 3 weeks ago, I happened to be on like the Shop Me app or whatever, Shopify, and I looked on this page, and I was like, oh my god, there's like 2 in stock. Like he must have restocked them. So I bought it within a heartbeat, used a little bit of that grad money, you know what I'm saying? And here they are. So this is the review. There's mostly good, a little bit of bad, so let's get into it. All right, so just looking at the boots, right? We can start bottom. So they have this really cool like crinkling effect that goes up, folds like a little lip, and then they're pretty like solid crinkles that go up all the way to the top of the boot. And then you'll see that, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, you'll see that there's also this kind of like lacing system that goes up all the way up to the top too. And on the website I thought it was functional. It's not. It doesn't do anything, which is like kind of, I guess, one of the gripes I have about these boots is that, they come with like these long ass laces on them that don't really do anything. The laces start like on the side here, and then, so they're already so high up, and like technically I guess you could use them to tighten like the very top, but they don't really do that much. And for the price, I mean, these were damn near banned with shipping, because they're from Germany. And so I would have expected more with the lacing, honestly. But, that's about it. And then as for the leather quality itself, it's great. It's very soft. I don't think it'll be terribly hard to break these in. They've already been pretty comfortable. I'm pretty sure it's cow leather, although I don't know if it was specified on the website. But you'll see kind of throughout, it comes with this nice distressing effect. Just little scuffs here and there. Like, this was like on the boot when I got it. I haven't even taken the sticker off yet, actually. But kind of these little light touches here. In some of the places on the boot, it's like low-key super crusty. Like, I think it's on the other boot. I don't know what they did for like I don't know what sort of material they used on it. I don't even know if this is gonna show up. I can get it to show up. Maybe, yeah. If you see that like right there, I scratched a bit of it off, but there was like dead ass just like a chunk of like some crust that came on the boots. But I mean, it's fine. I think, at least they're putting in the effort to distress them, I guess. Can't complain about that. In terms of fitment, I, for some reason, like, have had a lot of trouble with figuring out, like, my boot size. Because I wear an 11 in sneakers, so then you have to downsize in boots. But I would try on a 9.5 at some stores, and they'd be, too small. Try on a 10, they're too big. Ultimately, I just went with the 43, which is equivalent to a US men's 10, and they fit pretty great. I don't have to double sock or anything like that, and so it works out pretty well. I'm really happy with the fitment of these. I was super nervous about it, but I think it's great. Oh, and then one last detail about the quality. Nice old Vibram sole on that. I've never had a boot with like actual Vibram sole on it, but everybody's like, oh my god, it has a Vibram sole. So I'm excited to see if that's actually gonna make a difference. But yeah, so that's pretty much the boot. 2 other details I forgot to mention about the quality of the boots. The things that I really like: Goodyear welt. You can see it. I don't know if you can really see it. It'll pick up on the camera, but it's got a Goodyear welt going all the way around the boot, so it should last pretty well in that perspective. And then also with the lining of the boot, you can't really tell just looking at it, but it's 2 separate pieces, at least for the bottom. it feels like there's two separate pieces. So I think it gives like a little bit of nice cushioning as well when you're wearing it, but I think it'll also just help it kind of stand the test of time. These boots overall do feel like incredibly well built, and you would expect that. The boot cost about, like I said, $1,000 with shipping. So, you know, I know that No Faith Studios has some questionable background with, you know, quality control. But I would really say for these so far, and I'll have to give an update, you know, as I'm wearing them a lot more and break them in, but just off the rip, they seem incredibly well built. And so here's the first fit. So on the top, we rocking the little fit, you know what I'm saying, the fish to bit. Got this little 54 fleet. We got a ring, got a watch. These are K2 shorts. These are the repair ones, the moleskin ones. I don't know if you can check the repairs on that. And then, so this is like most, I think the easiest one to wear. Just because it's hot as shit outside. So, you know, you want to have something where you can flow. And I think these shorts do it really justice because they both kind of have this, they're both a little irregular looking, you know what I'm saying, the shorts and the boots. So this really allows you to kind of get the whole effect of the boot out. I'm saying, like, rock out with your cock out. So I really like these. But honestly, I think these boots really shine when you wear pants. Because there's a lot of different ways where you can reveal different parts of the boot with different pairs of pants, and I'll get into that. Alright, so this next pair is the Somar Ahab denim. Pretty straight pair of pants until it kind of bows out a little bit, you know, at the bottom. But I just think this is a very easy fit to go with. You know, the black on black looks amazing, I think. And then hopefully, you know, the more I get like these pants in, you know what I'm saying, the more back will show a little bit too. But yeah, good slope, can't go wrong with it. Alright, so these are the Channel 97 green canvas pants. They're definitely a wider fitting pant for sure. But I think it works actually to the advantage of these boots because if you're maybe trying to slim down the boot a little bit, it's obviously, you know, a pretty large, imposing boot. Maybe not like a, you know, Balenciaga steroid boot, right? But like, you know, they're pretty big. And so, you know, a big pant like this kind of helps cover that up, slim the front of the shoe, which I think makes for a nice fit as well. So this last pair is also from Somar. These are the Pequot Digi Camos. This probably is like the greatest combination ever. I think these pants are just awesome in general. I love wearing these pants. And I think they pair well with a boot that's on the more aggressive side like this too. Which right now, right, they don't really show that. But, you know, with these boots, because, you know, there's so much material to work with and pop out like that, you know, so you have like the entire boot showing. Or, you know, you can just like play with like what side of the boot shows. You can have them, you know, tucked in the front so it just shows like kind of the front of the boot. Or, you know, same thing, you can put them in the back showing, you know what I'm saying? And so I really like these pants. I think they look great with these boots. They definitely add a bit more kind of like oomph to the whole fit. And yeah, I think this is a great combo. Alright, so overall, are they worth it? I would say yes, but not for the price that I paid. I would have totally gotten these secondhand if I had the chance. I buy most of my stuff secondhand, but they were like damn near impossible to find. And the ones that did show up, it was like a 7.5 and then like a 9.5, both of which wouldn't have worked for me. So I think like when you're at that price point, there's some pretty good hitters you could buy. You know, you could probably find like some CCP spiral boots or like some A1923 boots for that much money, used, but you know, in pretty good condition with very nice designs. They're still worth it to me personally because I just really love the silhouette of this boot so much, and I think I will get a ton of use out of this. So yeah, I would say overall, I think the quality that people have attributed to No Faith Studios is valid in the cases that they pointed out. But like I said, these seem pretty good so far. So only time will tell.